Greetings everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and also welcome into nature with me. This is going to be the topic of the video, or at least part of the topic. Today we are going to be talking about grounding and why you should be doing it. There are a ton of wonderful things that grounding can do for you, and in this video we are going to cover some of those basics, and I'm going to tell you on how you could be grounding yourself on a daily basis. And for those of you who don't know what grounding or earthing is, it's exactly how it sounds. It means you take your shoes off and you stand on the natural ground. So the idea behind grounding has been around for thousands and thousands of years. If you look at our ancestors, they were constantly grounded. They were sleeping on floors or sleeping on materials that had natural conductivity to the Earth's ground. They were wearing shoes that did not separate them from that electromagnetic pulse. And as over time, as civilization changed and grew and grew and grew, we became more and more disconnected. Electronics made their way into our lives. Rubber soles became more and more popular. The farther and farther we started sleeping away from the ground. Now, if you're in an apartment complex, the higher and higher and higher up you are, the more negative effects you will actually face from not being close to the ground. There are a lot of reasons why you should be grounding. One being, we weren't born with shoes on our feet, and the Earth's natural frequency is 432 Hertz. That frequency is what our bodies directly resonate with. And the more and more you start to separate yourself, there are negative effects that come along with that. And some of those negative effects are chronic inflammation, depression, anxiety, feeling lost. The list goes on. And in this video, I'm going to get into why you should be grounding and how you can be doing so on the daily, regardless whether you have some time or not. So some of the reasons why you'd want to start grounding is because when you are grounded, the Earth's electrons that are absorbed into the body actually neutralize a lot of free radicals that are associated with chronic inflammation and extended illness. So some of the things you'll start to notice is when you start grounding, if you suffer from anxiety, depression, feeling lonely, any sort of thing that boggles your brain, you'll notice all of that start to subside. You will start flowing and start vibrating at a much more higher frequency and a much more positive frequency. The natural vibration of the planet is what resonates with the natural vibration of our bodies when we are connected. When we are connected, you are one with the planet. There is just ultimate connection there. You are no longer disconnected. So one of the first ways you can start grounding is how I said before, and which is the easiest, simply just take your shoes off wherever you can. I myself, no matter where I am, whether it be I'm wearing flip-flops out in public, I will take them right off and just put my feet bare on the ground just to feel that sensation. If I'm feeling overload or if I'm feeling stressed or worried, the second I put my feet on the bare ground, I feel the sensation traveling through my body. You're not crazy if you can feel this. There is a legitimate sensation that flows from top to bottom, within, without, that literally just washes everything away. Every stress, every ache, every pain, it all just seems to go away. And it's not immediate, but you notice an immediate difference. It's night and day, or at least for me it is. And going into being barefoot, my main way to ground is I like to go for walks on the beach or just sit at the beach and just dig my feet into the sand. But when I go for a walk on the beach, I will go for a long, meditative, flowing walk. I will walk for as long as I need to clear my head. I will get everything that needs to be thought of in my head out. And as I'm walking, I feel that sensation. I feel the sensation of the ground going into my body and flowing back out. And also with the waves, if you're close to the water, when the water washes up over your feet and hits your legs, it's almost like the water is literally just washing you and, in a sense, baptizing you and freeing you of all of that stress and all of that worry. And also, a lot of the times when I'm at the beach, if I'm not going for a walk, I will sit in the sand kind of close to the water or far away from the water. And doing that, you're not just grounding your feet, you are also providing energy to your grounded chakras, that be your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus. And those are very important. And when you start to ground, those chakras become more aligned, they become more well balanced, and they become healed. And so when that happens, it'll flow with all the rest of your chakras. There will be no blockages. It takes away all the blockages from your lowers. When there is no more blockages in your lower chakras, they will be able to flow with your other chakras much better, and you will become way more aligned with yourself. And when it comes to walking or even running barefoot, a lot of reflexologists and podiatrists actually recommend either walking on rounding stones or just walking barefoot, because it stimulates the pressure points in your feet and it actually starts to make your feet move more naturally. So I recommend is one, be barefoot wherever you can, be it the forest, be it the beach, just be barefoot. That's the easiest start that you can do to grounding yourself. When you start to get more and more into it and deeper into your spirituality, every barefoot step you take, there's purpose behind it. When you breathe in, you are breathing in Earth's natural negative electrons, and then when you breathe out, you are breathing out all those unwanted free radicals that are causing nothing but harm to your body, mind, and spirit. And like I said, when you walk barefoot with purpose, every step you take is a step forward into a better you. It is a step forward into leaving your old life behind you, and you are walking into the new, better life. And also meditating. My favorite place to meditate is on the beach. I have yet to meditate in the forest, but when you meditate and there is nothing separating you from the ground, you feel that state of oneness. You feel the flow of energy. There is a constant exchange of energy between you and the ground. And when you are done meditating, there is no more worry in your head, and you are totally reborn. You are a totally new person. Or that, at least for me. When I'm done, I am totally new. And when I get in my car and drive away, I don't even remember what was bothering me in the first place. Another way that you can ground without being barefoot is eating more grounded foods. And by grounded foods, I mean root vegetables such as parsnip, carrot, potatoes, anything that, like zucchini, anything that grows close or in the ground. When you consume these foods, you have to remember, food is consciousness, food is energy. When you eat food, you are obtaining its consciousness and its energy. And when you are eating rooted vegetables, you are also supporting your root chakras. It is bringing you closer to that source of frequency that we are looking for. So if you could think back to any time that you've been barefoot, whether it be in a park or a beach or just doing yard work at your house and you were just walking around barefoot, if you could think back, you were in a much better mood and you felt better. Whenever you go to the beach, you feel so refreshed. Whenever you work with your hands and you're barefoot, you feel refreshed, or at least I do. I feel refreshed. Because, you know, if we were meant to be separated from the source, we would be born with rubber shoes on our feet, and that we were not. Another important thing is that when you're trying to ground, it doesn't always have to be you being barefoot. Anything that connects you back to the source of where we are from helps. Whether it be going out in nature more, whether it be putting your phone down for a few minutes, whether it be walking to your car and back because you forgot something and not wearing shoes. You know, it's just more things to connect you back to the source at any given chance that you have. And another way that I've always grounded, which I didn't even realize up until I got into grounding, was I used to work with my hands all the time. I still work with my hands. I'm constantly outside. I'm always constantly working outside, getting my hands dirty, getting dirty, whether it be at work or just doing random yard work. All of that plays a key role in all of this. It's minor, but it is major. Less is more in this case. Anything that you can get means everything. And when I first started to hear about grounding, it didn't really click with me too much, but until I learned that we are electric beings, and studies prove that our bodies and every cell in us is electric, and the earth itself is electric, it clicked. Because in one of my old professions, I learned that electricity always wants to travel to ground, no matter what. When you see lightning, it wants to travel straight to ground. When you are touching something that is grounded to the earth and you get an electrical shock, it will travel through you by any means and go to the path less traveled to ground. It will find its easiest, straightest path to ground no matter what. So when I learned that, I was like, I should always be grounded. Any chance I get, my body naturally wants to be grounded. Who am I to take it away from that? And in today's age, when technology rules everything, we are constantly being bombarded by electromagnetic radiation. At any given chance, no matter where you're driving, whether it be in your car, in an apartment building, in your home, with your phone in your hands, laptop on your lap, you are being bombarded with all of these electromagnetic frequencies. And when you ground, the Earth's natural negative electrons, it will rid you of all of that radiation, and it will drain it from your body and replace it with positive energy. And lastly, one simple little thing that you can do in your life to be more grounded is to actually carry around more crystals with you. And there are very specific crystals that I am going to recommend that you carry. Even though all crystals come from the earth, these ones have known to have the best grounding energy. Some of the crystals that you could be carrying around with you that have a more grounding energy is either shungite, smoky quartz, black tourmaline, tiger's eye, and even hematite. And the reason why I recommend for you to carry grounded crystals is not only because they contain the Earth's natural grounding energy, is that also what they do is they have electromagnetic radiation freeing properties. And one in particular that I constantly carry on a regular basis is shungite. Shungite is known to actually block and absorb electromagnetic radiation, and when you place it on the Earth's surface, that radiation actually gets absorbed back into the ground and it gets recharged with that grounding energy. And when you want to ground your crystals, all you have to do is put it on a grounded surface for 10 minutes, no longer. 10 minutes is the best recommended time. So guys, I could go on and on forever how wonderful grounding is and how amazing it's been for me and how it's changed my life, but that won't do any good unless you go out and you start grounding yourself. Get rid of the shoes, go walk barefoot, don't care what anybody thinks about you. If you just go stand and ground yourself in any random place, do what you have to do for your higher self and do what you have to do to ground yourself and heal your energy and heal your life. And if you are currently grounding, let me know how it's helped you. I really want to know all the positive things it's done for people, because I know it's done a lot of positive things for me, and I'm different than everybody else. I have different things that I needed to heal. I would love to know all the wonderful things that it's done for you. So guys, with that being said, go take a walk and go rid yourself of all those free radicals and go feel connected to the source and feel that constant exchange of energy. Until next time, enthusiasts, take care.